Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. And in the last episode, we actually fought with the leader of the Sable Knights, or at least I believe so. I believe he would be, because he is the knight known as Camus, also known as the wielder of the legendary Granavis, or at least the first known one that we know of, because we don't have any games before Fire Emblem 1/Shadow Dragon/Mystery of the Emblem. We don't know if there, or at least I don't know if there's any that come before this game. So I'm gonna say that, yes, this is indeed the very first time the Granavis would have shown up in the history of the Fire Emblem games. But I actually found out how strong the weapon actually is. I was wondering why it was doing so much damage. It was due to the fact that, although he also has high strength as well, he actually has a 20 might weapon, which is stronger than pretty much every other weapon we've had in this game so far. And it did quite a punch. So, now that we actually have the Granavis now, and it is indeed a 1-2 range weapon, which is basically a long-range javelin with max damage, basically. But we also almost missed out on a unit in the last episode, because I almost completely forgot about him. We actually got Lorenz. Although we won't be using him in our series, I actually do know who he is, because of the small interaction I got with him when I did Tokyo Mirage sessions, due to the fact that Drog and Lorenz had a small story chapter together. I believe was the very first of Memories chapters, I believe. But other than that, we got some other things. We got a staff called Hammer and Eve, which actually allows us to fix our weapons as well. So now we can actually use the Granavis as much as we want. I also grabbed the Parthia out as well. And apparently any unit can use the Parthia based on my one unit that I didn't expect to be able to use it, Wolf, which is our only bow user on our team, is actually able to use it, so I'm guessing it doesn't matter who uses it, even though there is characters that are canon to have it, like George is supposed to hold Parthia. Well, you have Camus that holds Granavis. I don't know if there's any other characters that aren't canon to hold it, because that's the only one I know of, and then you have Marth with the Falchion, but apparently Mercius is also another one of his. But with that, let's actually get into Chapter 21, Clash in Macedon. And we will also be using Zane, finally, because he didn't get to partake in 2 chapters. And I'm kind of sorry about that, because there really wasn't much I could do for him, because he doesn't need levels, because he's not easy to get them on, because he can't use the arena, and he also, when he's transformed, he doesn't get experience. So there's no point to even worry about experience on him. You just transform him into one of your strongest units, like, well, Minerva, Caeda, or Drog in this instance, since our Caeda's no longer weak, and our Minerva's really strong, and our Drog is really strong, so there's no point in not using what we can. So, with that, let's do this. Chapter 21, Clash in Macedon. After defeating Grus, the Archaean League at long last reaches Macedon's border. A proud force of Macedon's Wyvern riders are at the ready and will not let them pass. Rumors spread of countless warriors ready to spill from the fortresses. Can Marth's army fight its way through them and cross into Macedon? And also, that is such a lie that there is. Remember how I said I was going to look at how many reinforcements so I could figure out which chapter I want to refresh my items are on? This only has 9 reinforcements based on the wiki, so that's a complete lie, and this is based on the good wiki, the one that's been telling me the truth, pretty much, because the fandom wiki it needs to be updated for this game, because now that this game's super readily available, it shouldn't be that hard to figure out some of this stuff. I might fix it up myself, honestly, once I'm done with this series, because there's some problems there, I'm gonna be honest. Honestly, I don't want to turn Zane into one of my paladins, due to the fact that, although my paladins are good, I feel like turning him into Drog or Minerva or Caeda would be a smarter option. So we're gonna wait off on that. Also, Ogma, I want you to, I forgot how this math kind of paths out. Okay, so we have a bunch of Wyvern Knights, There was, when we took our sneak peek, we did see a rider's bane on one of them, which can be a problem, but all the rest of them have javelins and regular, silver swords, so we don't have to worry too much on that. Although we should probably use the trees to our benefit due to the fact that it is free dodge chance, so we might as well use it. And I also found out how the Dragon Stones actually work, because I was wondering how it actually worked. It is through actual defense, and it's not through resistance, which is a small problem, but it's not the worst possible thing that could have happened to us. Also, I'm going to move Caeda to the right side, because I do have a plan for this episode, due to the fact that there is a secret shop in this one, and we do have the means of getting it this time. I also am not sure if I was able to actually get the previous secret shop due to the fact that I thought it was in the area up top, but due to how I was reading on, because I know where each and every secret shop is, and I know exactly which map it spawns on. For the map that we actually fight Garnath on, for some reason, it's actually behind a locked door, based on what I can tell, so I'm guessing, that we might have been able to still get it as long as we had a door key on that map. And I'm not entirely sure if that's the case or not. And honestly, there was no way I was gonna wait, 5 years just to move one unit just so I could get one Thoron, I'm gonna be honest. I did not need Thoron that much, because although it's a good tome, and also we could have got Swarm, we could have got more Swarms, which could have been smart, but honestly, the Bolognons aren't that bad, and the Elfires and some of the other stuff aren't too bad. It's not, like, although a 100% 13 damage weapon would have been nice to have, I honestly think we didn't miss out on much due to that being the case. I'm also going to throw Minerva over here because I need her to go to the right side of the map anyways. And I feel like that should be our turn. I'm not completely sure due to the fact that I don't know how these units are going to react to our potential force that we can have here. But I feel like they're not going to be too bad because of the fact that most of them seem to be melee, based on me looking at all their weapons. Because you can easily just check just by quickly scrolling over them before even starting a chapter, and it looks like there's nothing too fancy in the ways of, like, weapons and stuff like that. Well, the boss actually has a range weapon, but that's the only, like, notable thing that I saw. Other than that, oh yeah, the Fortifies. I didn't get to talk about Fortifies in the last one. I did actually look into what they did, and they are actually full heals. I don't know if it's based on one unit or like an area of effect thing. It looks like it's area of effect, but I could be wrong there because it doesn't specifically state what the range is and how the heal actually works. Since we don't actually have a Fortify, we can't test it out, but I'm gonna say it's probably, more than likely, it's gonna be a one person kind of deal due to the fact that it is a full HP. Or no, wait. It's 10 HP, I believe, but yeah, it's not the most OP thing, but it... Oh, no, wait. No, I'm mixing it up with Psychic. Psychic does 10 HP, Fortify does full HP. If you can find a Fortify, that would be good, but we don't have one, is the thing. Almost got that completely mixed up, but I was able to kind of save it. But let's turn Zane into Minerva for right now. That is what I want to do. I feel like it would be safe since there is only one sniper on this map, slash Ballisticans, since those technically are snipers. Well, I could be wrong. There was some, yeah, there's only paladins. Okay, so we don't need to worry about bows. So bows are not a problem on this map. But due to the fact that Minerva has our VIP card, which is what you need to actually get into the secret shop, we're actually going to start having her run right over there. So the idea with Minerva is this secret shop is a little bit different. So this is going to be a stat boosting secret shop, so we're going to use it limited. Although I would use it as much as possible if it were for other items like damaging items and stuff like that. It indeed isn't that in this case. It's actually stat boosting, so we will only use it 3 times because I feel like using it too many times would negate the difficulty of the game, since the game's still difficult the way I've been playing it. but I don't want to make it to the point where we just one-shot everything and live everything, because we can easily do that if we were to take advantage of this specific one, due to the fact that power rings are a buyable item in this one. So I'm gonna say we should use it only 3 times, and I have our units that are gonna use them. I'm gonna buy 2 power rings and a speed ring. So that's how I want to do this, but if I was playing it on my own, I think I would abuse that thing to the point where I would just wreck everything. But honestly, for you guys, I'm gonna do it I'm gonna use it very limited, and I'm gonna be so sad about it later, because I know that would make this game crit city, and honestly, seeing crits in this game are pretty fun, honestly, because I like one-shotting things in some games when given the chance and an ample ability to actually do so. Ooh, strength for Ogma, I'll definitely take that, since he's been kind of lacking on the strength every now and again for certain levels. But honestly, it makes sense, since I think he has a lower chance than Navarre does, honestly, since he is, well, he has better chances at different stats than Navarre doesn't get as easily, is basically what I'm trying to say. Caeda, I actually want to use my Granavis a little bit, but honestly, using it on the generals doesn't seem like a good idea to me. I feel like if we go over to one of these Wyvern Knights and actually use the Granavis on that, it would be a much better idea, due to the fact that we have 17 strength on our Caeda, and also 20 damage on the Granavis itself, which basically just did 40 damage to that Dragoon, making that pretty much a easy fight. And I just got my max skill out there, I think. Yep, 20 skill, 20 level weapon levels, 20 speed, 20 luck, and that's not bad. She's actually pretty much maxed out. Once we get the power ring, we'll be maxed out for strength as well. The reason why I want to use my 2 power rings the reason why I want 2 power rings in specific is we're going to use one on Marth to max him out to 20, and use one on Caeda to max her out to 20. Yeah. And we're also going to use one on Tiki, because what I did with Bantu, where I gave him the extra speed, was actually really smart, due to the fact that he can't be doubled as often, due to the fact that he can be damaged. So it's smart that we drop the amount of attacks that they can do to us. I'm also going to try out our Mercius, since oh wait, no, Rapier's smarter here, isn't it? Yeah, let's use the Rapier, since he is a general. I would use the Mercius, but I don't know exactly if it's like a special weapon where it breaks through armor. I would think it would be 8 damage. I still don't know if the third bar on there is crit chance. I feel like it would be, but I don't want to test it out too much because of the fact that it could be very much bad for us if it's the other way around. Also, we need to make sure where the Rider's Bane one is hiding. We might have already gotten him, actually, because of the fact that we were throwing those Granavises, and I think we did, actually, since he's nowhere to be seen. So that means we can move our units freely now, other than the flying units with the snipers. But other than that, we're pretty much fine. Honestly, it might be Drog here getting rid of one of these generals. I also found out, although there is generals in this game, I got my hopes up. Knights in this game that are previously knights can't promote into generals because of the fact that there is no general upgrade in this game, because there's no item that upgrades them into the generals. And I don't know why that's the fact. That is really, really weird. I am a little bit sad about that, but I can honestly live with it. It's very disappointing that I can't turn Drog into a general and increase his strength tenfold, but honestly, there's nothing I can really do about that. The game's not going to give that to me for free. Also, I'm going to use my Parthia, because I have yet to use this weapon, so I honestly want to see how this works, since we do have the ability to fix this now, so let's actually use it for once. Oh! 40 damage, and it also, turns things on fire. I like that weapon. I'm just gonna be honest. Wow, that is a actually cool weapon. Okay, so for the mage over here, I feel like the safe option is due to the fact that he can damage me no matter what. I feel like throwing javelins would be smarter, and also he has a low hit chance due to whatever he's using. I don't know why, but he still hit me. But down goes the mage, since I knew we were going to double there no matter what, since it was Cain. Because I'm pretty sure he's 20 speed, so we don't need to worry about him missing out on a double. Yeah, he's fine. Okay, perfect. Other than that, Wendell, I can have you do some damage here. I'm trying to save a stack of our Armor Slayer. I want to use my Armor Slayer on one of these guys, but I want to do it to the point where we know we're going to get rid of the other guy first, just to be sure that we can get rid of the Sniper as well. I feel like that would be a smarter option. So Abel, now that the Mage is gone, I'm going to have you use your Armor Slayer, since I know you had one. There's another unit that has one, but I've forgotten which one it is. It's Drog, actually. I think Drog has a 21 damage, or it's taken 1 durability, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So honestly, I think he's the other one with the Armor Slayer. So honestly, he still could have done that, but it's not the worst thing, because I don't think we're in too much of a bad place right now, due to the fact that there is really not much we need to worry about. The Wyvern Knight here could run over and attack, actually, I don't even think he can attack Abel, but just in case, I will block off that section, just so they can't just do that. I do think that, we should use Lena, since now we actually have Lena being able to use magic. I actually want to use our Thoron, since she hasn't been able to fight anybody this entire game, and this is actually her first time being able to actually fight. So 13 damage Thoron with a high chance of hitting, honestly, is a nice thing to see, because she's been sitting in the sidelines this entire time, and the first attack she does basically gets rid of them. So honestly, I'll take it. Okay, Tiki, I don't know what I want you to do yet, but I feel like moving you here might— oh no, there's that mage over there. The mage might double me if I do that, so honestly that might not be a good idea, due to the fact that it does have 9 speed and Tiki has 3, and that's the whole reason why we're even turning Tiki with the speed ring, because the speed ring's gonna fix up her movement speed a little bit, kind of like Batsu did, but I believe it's gonna be 1 lower than Batsu's, but honestly that's much better than what I thought it was much better than what it could be, honestly. So I feel like moving Merrick here and getting rid of this guy here with the low HP, or yeah, he had low HP, good. So getting rid of him with our L-Fire would be a smart idea here if we actually hit him for the second one. Thankfully we did. Okay, cool. Now that that guy's down, we can now use Drog, and Drog's gonna go over here, and he's gonna use her Silver Sword. Also, when I actually went to go and buy items on the previous map, I noticed that there was no swords, upgraded swords, for us to actually buy. So we actually still need to buy swords when we finish off with this chapter. So, although that is the case, we'll definitely be able to get some more afterwards. I'll go into all the armories and make sure that we can get everything we need, just in case, because I feel like we are going to need some stuff, because I definitely would like to grab some stuff here. I don't know if we can run Bantu in and start attacking that Wyvern Knight, but I am going to move— I don't know where I want to go, because Bantu can't go over to that mage either, so I don't want to run him too far, but I will move Bantu around here, and we need to move Tiki to the right side of the map, since we do need her on the right side to make it easier for Minerva to trade items over. So other than that, it looks like we're in a pretty decent spot, other than the fact that there is quite a lot of people still on the map, like the Paladin army that's right there, with their silver lances. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem in the near future, due to the fact that we know how much damage these Paladins do, since we played a little bit with them recently, due to the fact that they were running at us at Mach 10 speed, and also doubling us sometimes. So I don't think we're going to be— I did not expect you to do 39 damage with 1 javelin. Okay, Kate, honestly, you just keep you and you, buddy. Uh-oh, that could be a problem. As long as Merrick doesn't get rid of this guy for us, honestly, this might not be the worst case scenario, because it baited one of these guys down, but also made it to the fact that it blocked him from being attacked twice. Because the other guy could have easily just came over and smacked him again, if he did get rid of him, so honestly, I'll take it. Okay, here comes the other guy, and I don't think this will do— 1 HP. Thankfully, Abel doubles here. Ouchie! Oh, wait a minute. What about the Wyvern Knight on the other side that I almost completely forgot about? I think we'll be fine. I think he's blocked off to the point where he can't just easily just run over, or fly over, I should say. So I feel like we should be fine. Who are you actually attacking? Oh, you're attacking Marth. That's not in your best interest, buddy, due to the fact that Marth actually doesn't have low defenses. Okay, he's going for Wolf. Okay, that's easy for us, because Wolf has a decent amount of HP. Although he doesn't have the high speed, he should easily survive. Yeah, one attack is fine. Okay, perfect. And you're going for Navarre, I believe. Yep, that's Navarre. Okay, so this turn went a lot better than I thought it would be, because I thought that this Wyvern Knight could reach Abel, but thankfully he wasn't able to, so... puns. But yeah, thankfully that wasn't the case, and we're one off of getting to there. Okay, well, Nerva, you make your way to where you're trying to go to, and apparently this is where it is, that's what it says, but I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully that is the case. I don't know how to actually open these secret shops, other than maybe having the VIP card, because I did walk around and try and find it in the map that we actually took back Altea, but for some reason, it wasn't available for us, and I don't know what happened there. Due to the fact that Wolf is level 20 and he is max HP, or max level, it's actually better that we use Harden to get the experience here since he is level 8, and this will actually give him a level, and maybe even some better stats that he could use. So Wolf is fine where he is, he doesn't even need to worry, he's just here to get rid of things that honestly need to get out of our way. Because if we don't pay attention, we're going to be in a major problem. So Wendell, due to the fact that Abel is on basically 1 HP, or he is on 1 HP, I need you to actually use your Men's Staff to give him 21 HP. Doesn't sound too bad. Definitely is better than 1 HP, I'll tell you that one. Okay, Kane, Abel's fine. The best thing we can possibly do here is maybe gives Tiki a level or 2. I don't think it's going to be the easiest thing, but I do think it should be not the hardest thing to do, since I could definitely use some experience for Tiki, since Tiki is able to actually get stats, unlike a previously used Manakee, Bantu. He has 10% ratios, while Tiki actually has regular ratios, which is kind of different, but that means she'll be able to increase her stats at any point in this game. Although it is the final 4 chapters of the game, well, 5 if you include this chapter, so 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So we still have 5 chapters, although after this we'll be on to the last 4 chapters, but we will have... That's not the wrong... That's the wrong character. I thought Tiki was the other one, but Tiki's right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, I need you to at least do some kind of damage here. As long as you do, like, I don't know, 5 damage, you don't even do any damage to this guy. Well, that's unfortunate. I was trying to give you some experience, but I guess that's not happening. Okay, other than that, well, I guess Kane can get rid of you. So, Silver Sword for this guy, I think. I think that should be a smart option here, because it is going to be the increased damage and also the 100% hit chance, or what's said to be 100%. I honestly doubt that, because we've missed with 100% chance of hitting, so honestly I'm going to say it's like 99, if anything, so I'm not trusting this game sometimes with some of the things it does tell me. And now that we actually have Zane as a Wyvern Knight, we can actually start messing around with him as well. So I'm going to have him go a little bit closer to where Minerva is, just to kind of bait people over. That would definitely be a smart idea here. I don't know what I want to do with Wolf here. I feel like dragging him a little bit closer. Oh, wait a minute, but the paladins that are up here, I don't know if they can reach him from where we're going, but just in case, I'm going to put him 1 lower than Zane, because I feel like that should be safe, but I'm not entirely sure. Ogma, I want you to get rid of this Wyvern Knight. I feel like you can easily do so. I don't think you would have the hardest time getting rid of him, due to the fact that you do have your damage, and you also will double this guy no matter what anyways. I feel like, yeah, 10 damage, and then as long as this next attack does hit, which it did, so 20 damage, down goes another Wyvern Knight. Or Dragoon, if whatever you want to call them, since the Macedon soldiers are actually called Dragoons. And that's why every time we we ever fought Minerva, we always saw dragoons with them, since they are Macedonian soldiers, which I do know about, because honestly, it's not the hardest thing to know about that one, because Minerva is known as a dragoon soldier, so it's not the hardest thing to figure out for that one. Marth, I feel like you'll be safe if I move you there, since you do have decent defenses now, so you can sit there for right now, I think. Drog, you can go forward as well, since I don't worry about you and those Paladin Knights. Okay, Caeda, I feel like Caeda can easily get rid of one of these guys by herself, so you use your Granibus. It probably might even one-shot this guy with the HP he has. I love seeing that. I love seeing that so much, and you don't even know how much I love seeing that. We've seen her go from 0 damage constantly to 26 damage in one hit. That is insane. I love Power Rings so much, and I'm so glad we saved those 2 that we got in the early game. That was one of the smartest things I could do to save her as a character in this game, because her stat growths for her strength in this game were so bad, and maybe that wasn't the most smart of movements from me for Merrick, but at least we got rid of them. Okay, just in case, due to the fact that we just did that movement there, I'm gonna use Abel in front, just in case if they do somehow make it through that tree barrier. And other than that, Navarre, I feel like you should be safe to get rid of this guy now, since you're obviously gonna get rid of this, Dragoon slash, Mage, and he's probably gonna do either 0 damage to you, or, that's not the worst thing. They're not gonna double him, so I don't need to really worry about his positioning right now. Although, usually whenever I move units in a bad position, it usually ends out bad. But I honestly feel like we're in a decent spot to the point where we aren't going to have to do as many cuts when we do mess up, because I don't think we're going to mess up as much, or at least I hope. I'm going to say we probably will, but I'm going to say not as much as we have been recently, since I've been doing some wonky plays, and honestly I probably shouldn't do some of the plays that I do, because I end up putting units in places that they really shouldn't be a part of. So now that I've kind of like learned my lesson, I feel like not putting people in the worst possible positions is probably not the smartest thing, so I'm kind of paying attention a little bit more of where I'm placing my units from now on, for the most part, and I'm also making sure it's certain units that I know will survive certain attacks if they were put in that position. Like Marth here, he has 17 defense. There's no way that they're going to get him in one shot due to the fact that he does have a lot of speed, and I'm pretty sure that is a crit, and down goes another one of those paladins. Honestly, I'm surprised they're not Sable Knights after the fact that we fought so many of them. Why are you using Fortify with no people on the map? That doesn't seem very smart, I'm gonna be honest. But now that we're actually over by this tree, hopefully this works. Because this is what I was told. Okay, secret shop, thank you. Okay, oh, and Anna actually runs these in this game. Okay, I was wondering when we were gonna actually run into her, other than the one map that we ran into Jake. Okay, cool. So, like I said, I was gonna buy 2 power rings. One for Caeda and one for Marth. Mostly to kind of max their attack out, just so I can kind of make sure that they will be able to be used at any point, since I want them to be playable, because they are the main characters. Jagan technically was as well, but Jagan fell off so hard to the point where I didn't think he would survive until the point where we could give him a power ring or a speed wing or anything like that, or speed ring I should say. Although it's called a speed wing in most games, they're called speed rings in this game. Honestly, I don't know why they changed that, because speed ring still sounds kind of cool, honestly. But it looks like our reinforcements haven't spawned yet, which is really good for us, because of the fact that there is 9 reinforcements on this map. It looks like they're gonna be spawning a little late, since we're pretty much on top of this guy in the first place. I believe I wrote down what turn they start on. Apparently they start on turn 5. What turn are we on? Oh, next turn. Okay, so they're gonna start spawning soon. I believe it's safe to move Zane in. So let's move Zane in and see if we can get anywhere. It looks like he can't get really much, but he can go as close as these to these strongholds as he possibly can, and I'm pretty sure that's where the reinforcements are actually going to spawn, so let's be careful and let's actually start getting ready to fight off with them. I don't know how strong they are going to be on this game, or this chapter to begin with, so just in case we are going to be ready with these stronger characters, if we do need that to be the possibility, because we don't know what's going to happen. And being careful is honestly the best thing we can possibly do. Also, how good is this guy? Is he stronger than... No, he isn't. He's much weaker. Ooh, okay, I'm liking the sight of that. That means, well, Caeda doesn't have a... Oh no, Caeda has the Granavis, so... Caeda, you go over here and see if you can get rid of this guy for me. Since I don't think he's gonna get rid of you, since you have double his speed, so you're gonna attack twice. Although you missed, I'm surprised. But here you go, 172 damage Granavis shots. Wow, Caeda, wow. Let's see what you get out of that. Ooh, a Paladin's Honor. Honestly, we don't need that. We actually have full, yeah, we're pretty much maxed out for our team. The only person that really needs anything on our team is, all we need is a Bishop's Ring for Merrick, but do we really need it? Because it actually makes it easier to distinguish which one Merrick is out of all of our magic dealers. So honestly, I don't even think we really need to go to the secret shop on Garneff's level, to be completely honest, since that's where you're gonna get all your upgrade items. Apparently, you get, like, you can buy any single one you want, basically, inside that shop, apparently. But, honestly, we really don't need it, because I thought there was going to be a general one in there, and I really did check to see if there was anything for upgrades for generals, and apparently you can't get them. I don't understand why? Because you have knights and you have generals? So, why is there no way to upgrade your knight into a general? Unless you're trying to say that Drog isn't a general, but honestly, at this point, I would promote him in a heartbeat, just due to how good he's been to us, because his levels have been completely luck-based, and I'm surprised he got that strong to begin with, because he has some low luck rates, just like Caeda, and he got really lucky. And thankfully, Caeda got that 9 strength right before the Elysian Whip, so we were able to finally use her, which was really nice. Okay, so now that we only have one curate and a bunch of reinforcements that are going to spawn in a second, we actually don't have the worst case scenario here, because this chapter is pretty much done and over now, because of the fact that they really can't do anything to us anymore. One, due to the fact that the curate is literally the only other person on the map other than the reinforcements that will... I guess they spawn after this, so on the enemy phase, I guess they'll spawn for this phase. So we do want to be careful with who we move during this time, since they do spawn and then they move. So being sure that we block off a couple of those might be the smartest idea. So that's probably what I'll do now, since I do still need to get Caeda her power ring real quick. Actually, you know what? That probably wouldn't be the smartest idea, putting you there. Oh no, we still have Psychic, so it's not the worst possibility. It could have been much worse, but thankfully, that's not the worst possibility. The one thing I do need to do is actually, I need to trade off this item real quick so I can actually hold the thing that we need. So hopefully you can actually hold this. Oh, thank you, Kane, for having an open slot. I was really dreading on you not being able to pick that up. Okay, so actually, the best thing we could do here is not move Minerva first. It's actually moving Caeda, because if we move Caeda to this position right here, we can put her into the wait position. I also want to move Drog real quick, since he does have the ability to. So let's block off this entrance here, since that does seem like a smart idea. And we can also move Kane now that he has done his purpose. So we're going to have him go here. And then we can move Zane as well, since that'll block off another one of these strongholds. Since we don't want too many of them open, since we are kind of going back and forth right now. So right now I want Caeda to come over here. Oh, but Caeda's full on items, isn't she? Well, it's not the worst thing, because what I can do is, if she isn't full, which she is, I can just throw the power ring onto Marth. and then I can go back and just buy the speed ring, which honestly isn't the worst thing, because we still need to move Tiki over anyways, and we need to transfer that over to her, since she will want to have that, so she doesn't get doubled at any point, like a mage randomly doubles her and she dies instantly, because, yeah, if she doesn't have the ability to survive a double from a mage, she won't survive very long, so if we want to use her, we need to make sure we use a speed ring. So, other than that, it seems like we got a pretty easy time here. We should probably move our units up, just due to the fact that we do have to worry about reinforcements in a second. And honestly, I can deal with a couple of reinforcements. 9 reinforcements aren't that bad, so I don't feel like we really need a super special cut here just to fix that up. So honestly, let's just keep moving our characters, since that honestly isn't the worst possibility of... honestly, the spawns have been much worse than 9, if I'll be honest, so I feel like we should be perfectly fine to just get people in places that we need them to be. Let's move Harden as close as possible to the left side of the map. And then, I guess, we need to use our mend, or not our mend, but our psychic, so you go here, Wendell, and since now that you actually have the psychic staff, I want you to use that on Abel, since that'll heal Abel back up to a decent amount of HP, basically full HP, and I don't know what kind of spawns are going to come out of those, but honestly, it shouldn't be that bad, right? So, let's end our turn there, and we are done. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen here. Now that most of those strongholds are blocked, it's actually gonna despawn a couple of them. Unless we move off of it and then they're able to spawn, but I honestly would doubt. Oh, there's actually Rider's Banes inside these. Oh, that would have been nicer to know, but thankfully the Rider's Banes are actually horrible weapons in this game, since we did find that out due to the fact that we've tanked a couple of them at this point. So honestly, Rider's Banes don't do anything now at this point, so cool. Okay, he's going for Navarre, or actually that's Ogma, actually, I think. No, you're going for Lena. Really? Lena's gonna double you. That's not really smart of you, buddy. Are you sure you want to do that? Because Thoron's 13 damage, and then you get attacked twice. Are you sure you really wanted to try that? Because that's basically you're down. Huh, I'll take it, honestly. Zane, he should be fine. Levin's sword only does 7 damage, so honestly, could be worse. And he didn't even double us, so honestly, that's not even bad. He tried to get up to us, and then we also have the Ballistican. Ballisticans do damage, so this could be bad. Oh! Okay, then. I guess I do need to do a cut. Well, I need to do a cut anyways, because I need to go grab the items, so now that we have that as a thing, I'll be right back, and then we'll end off the chapter. So, I'll be right back, boys and girls, and then we'll go and grab the, seize the castle, and then we'll finish this off. So, BRB, boys and girls, and I'll be back in, well, for me, it's gonna be like 5 or 6 minutes, but for you, it's gonna literally be half a second, so I'll be right back. See you, boys and girls. Okay, so I ended up changing my mind on one thing. So I ended up doing 4 items, so I felt like it would be a good thing to maybe give Tiki some strength, due to the fact that she only has 3 strength to begin with, so she doesn't have many chapters to increase that strength, since I don't know how fast she's going to be able to level up. So I felt like it might be smarter to actually go and give her a power ring and a speed ring. So one's going to give her up to 9 speed, and then one's going to give her 4 damage, so I feel like that should be a good idea for us, because it'll save us some time on training her, and also making sure that she is in a decent spot, since she can't use arenas, so it's easier for us if we just do this now, and just make it so she's easily able to start on the enemies that we're already dealing with, since she is a little bit lower than most units would be at the start. So I feel like using a power ring, since she is only, I think it's 15 defense, and I think she gets 12 might from her attack, so 15 attack. So although it's 18 defense and 15 attack, so although 15 attack is nice, it is with the increased might of her weapon, so it's not much to work with, so the extra 4 will help her. So honestly, that is a good idea to do. And then we also have one for Marth and Caeda, which will help Marth dramatically, since that'll make it so he's actually maxed out for his actual attack, which is definitely going to be nice to have 20 strength now, since 20 strength is not a bad thing when you have pretty even out stats for pretty much the most of it. Although his weapon level is lower than most of the characters, it doesn't seem like you really need weapon level in this game, to be perfectly honest. So honestly, it could have been much worse. So now we can raise Caeda up to her max as well, so now Caeda is actually the strongest she can possibly be now. And also I threw her Gradivis onto Bantu, just to open up some space, so let's throw that back over. Okay, and now we're pretty much done with this chapter, since we only have to end turn once, and we just need to throw on our last item, and then we can actually end this chapter off, since I like to do all the stat boosting items in episodes. I feel like if I did that outside an episode, it would be wrong, because I would like you to see what we gained when it came to super increased stats, like from the fact of like stat boosting, since you get like +4 and +7 from some items. So honestly, making sure you guys see this stuff is honestly what I want to make sure to do, because if Tiki raised her speed by 6 out of nowhere at level 5, I would like you guys to at least know why she's there. So, now that we actually used our speed ring, let's do this. Let's finish off Chapter 21, also known as Clash in Macedon. Oh, it's Godo! Hey, buddy!
Marth, can you hear me? I await you in the village north of Macedon. Airy, yes, I am near. If you indeed obtain the orbs, then bring them to me with haste. Without Starlight, you have no hope of taking Falchion back from Garnef. Garnef has retreated to the Thebes, the city of illusion. Without a doubt, he has taken Elise there with him. I have protected your sister till now, but I cannot protect her forever. Hurry, save Elise.
And with that, we will be heading into Chapter 22. And that means we only have so many chapters left, since 25 is the finale. So, we are really close to fighting off with Medius, the Chaos Dragon, which is technically he's the Earth Dragon or the Dark Dragon. That's what he's known as, but honestly, I think he's more of a Chaos Dragon due to the fact that he is the kind of like Grima, where the fact that he is a world-ending dragon that could end the world if he tried, is what I'm trying to say. So, with that, it looks like we are definitely going into a... What is going on here? Oh, no. Well, this map doesn't look easy. So, where's this village? So, because he said he was nearby, so I'm guessing he would be in this chapter then. So where is he actually hiding? Because I don't see any villages anywhere. Oh, here he is. So he's right here then. So, in the next episode, we will be getting Starlight, the tome that can kill Garnef. And that's going to be an episode in its own. So, we are very close to fighting off with the Dark Pontifex, also known as Garnef. And that's going to be fun. So, with that, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And, in the meantime, I'll be seeing you next time. Peace out. I'm so ready for this to take on Garnef. I've been waiting for this day because we've been using our talismans on Marth so we can have Marth and Garnef kind of fight off. Although technically he's not gonna get to because of the fact that Imulu blocks all damage except for Starlight, so although I did kind of prepare him for that, we'll use Lena instead, I think. Lena, Merrick, or Wendell to get rid of Garnef, but it's still technically Marth versus Garnef, so with that, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.